Hey, can you open up, man? I got the complex this weekend. Open up.
Who are you? What are you doing shaking my fence? Huh? What are you doing?
I'm Ray DeMarini. I got the complex this weekend. Can you let me in?
Hey, no way. You ain't Ray DeMarini.
Way, I'm Ray DeMarini. I'm Ray DeMarini. Look it.
Hey, you can't be Ray D. You ain't big enough to be Ray's little brother.
I'm Ray DeMarini. Hey,
Hey, prove it.
Come here.
Prove it.
Open the gate, and I'll give you the secrets to ultimate bat speed. Okay, if you know about me, you know that I believe in bat speed. Bat speed is what gives you performance, gives you power, puts the ball over the fence, hits the ball hard. What you may not know is it's not necessarily the bat speed before you hit the ball, it's the bat speed while you're hitting the ball and how much you can maintain while you're hitting the ball, and that's the key. In other words, to accelerate through the ball. I'm going to show you like a mind-blowing test here that'll show you just how much bat speed you use. I got two bat speed meters here. They're going to gauge my miles per hour. This one will gauge it right before I hit this ball on the tee. This one will gauge it right after I hit the ball on the tee. First of all, I'm going to just swing with no ball on there, and you'll see the readings are going to be high on both of these meters. There you are. There's your bat speed, 82 miles an hour, right in this whole region from the beginning of my power stroke to the end. Now watch what happens when I put a ball on here. It's unbelievable. But this 6.5 ounce ball can make this much of an impact on your bat speed. There you look at that, 75 to 52. I lost 25 miles an hour basically. And that's the key to power right there, is to get that 52 number up right after you hit the ball. That's the key. You got to get that acceleration going and accelerate the bat through the ball. I think it's important to say here that this reading right here is basically useless. You can have 110 miles an hour here. If you're not maintaining 50 or 60% of it, you're not going to hit the ball hard. You're just not. Now, you take a guy like Larry Carter, who you're going to meet in a little while. He's got the world's record on this machine, 118 miles an hour, but he ends up at 80 miles an hour. That's why he hits a ball 450 feet plus. I hate to get scientific on you, but there's more to it than what I just showed you. There's something called an accelerometer that tells you the maximum power curve of your swing. And what you want to do is hit the ball right at the most optimum power spot in your swing. In other words, most people hit the ball really too late. The power curve on me is about right there, and they hooked me up to a machine while I was hitting, and I'm hitting the ball right in my power curve, and that's given me more opportunity to go through the ball, which we were talking about before. You've got to go through the ball and accelerate. If you're already starting to de-accelerate when you hit the ball, it's pretty obvious you're not going to have bat speed, especially if you're a dwarf. Now, what you want to do is explode the bat through the ball. You see these big guys, 270 pounds, not hitting the ball real good because they're swinging like this, real easy. And you got one spot to explode when you swing a bat. You can let it all go right here. You can let it go here. You can let it go here. Let it go here. Accelerate the bat. That's where it's got to happen, right there. You got to go through that ball. Try to break your own shoulder. That's the key. Put that bat head right through your shoulder so you'll accelerate. If you're a little guy like me, you got to maintain that bat speed. If you're a bigger man, you maybe can get away with it, but if you're a little guy, you better maintain that bat speed, and the only way you're going to do that is accelerate the bat through the ball. Accelerate. You got to go through the ball, I told you that. You got to relax your hands. That's probably the most important thing. On that bat speed meter, on that bat speed meter, I can pick up 5 miles an hour by relaxing my hands. That's like gaining 25 pounds. I can give you 25 pounds just like that. Just relax your hands. I'm talking about relaxing them. If you have any tension here, you see that? They're too tight. You don't need to hold on to the bat. Don't even hold on to the bat. Your body is not going to let the bat go when you start swinging. Relax your hands, 5 miles an hour more bat speed, probably 10 miles an hour more ball speed. I don't know. Just do it. It's one of the most important things. You always hear about people talking about hips, and they're obviously really important. Good technique and all that. Hands are crucial, because if you got your hands all tight, you're not going to get the bat speed that you're capable of getting. Keep them loose, cuz. So weighted bat certainly has its place on the on-deck circle before you hit in the game. But if you want to increase your bat speed, you need to do other things. Now, if you train with this all winter with this heavy bat, are you training yourself to move your hands faster? No. What you need to do is train with this in the off-season in conjunction with the wiffle ball bat, please. This little $4 item right here, you swing this at 120 miles an hour. It teaches you to move your hands fast. Of course, I'm never going to swing a bat 120 miles an hour, but this is teaching my nerves, my muscles, my tendons, everything to respond to make it move fast. An NFL player trains running downhill, so his legs get used to training at a higher speed than he really would move. It's called overspeed training. It's a perfect principle for increasing your bat speed, and I highly recommend this. In about 3 weeks, you'll notice a tremendous difference in your bat speed. You know, if you could pick up 2 or 3 miles an hour, you'll hit the ball better. Now, I'll go over here to my little bat speed meter. Take a couple swings, 115, 109. That's cool. That's what we want to do. Be a speed freak. Let's talk about bat weight. This is kind of a controversial subject, and one that everybody's got their own opinion about, but let me give you a scientific viewpoint on this. The little demonstration I just showed you should definitely decide what bat weight you use. If you don't have a lot of leverage, 6'4", you know, real fast, long arms, the thing that you, like say for my size, I'm real short armed, I need bat speed through the ball. It's the only thing I have. I don't have any bat speed because my arms are so short. So I have to maintain whatever I have through the ball. That's the only prayer I have to have power. So, and you'll see a lot of guys more and more going to 26s, 27-ounce bats like this, and that's the reason why, because you can pull the end of this bat through the ball. Now here you got this Larry Carter 280-pound dude type of model here. I don't have the leverage to pull the end of this bat through the ball because it's so heavy. It's got like a 6-ounce end plug, where my 27 has a 3.5-ounce end plug, and that makes all the difference in the world, because that ball wants to lag and prevent that bat head from going through the ball on a heavy bat. So if you have, you know, you're kind of short or don't have a real lot of bat speed, because you probably don't have the ability to have 2 of these machines, but you don't really need these machines. All you need to do is concentrate on accelerating through the ball, and if you have any questions of what you should use, start light, because light's going to get you through the ball. And we have guys on my team, a major open team, that are 6'3", 260 pounds, that are using 26-ounce bats with real light unplugs. I mean, they work. I'm not saying that a heavy-ounce bat wouldn't work, but I would, if you have any questions, start with a light one and work your way up, because what you want to do is use the heaviest bat you can, but still be able to go through the ball at a high rate of speed. So experiment around a little, but don't throw away the light bat theory, because it's good, and more guys are going to it, and that's the reason why, what I just showed you. Okay, in this segment we're going to talk about mechanics. This is getting right down to the meat of the matter right here. I showed you what happened when that little 6.5-ounce ball hits your bat. You don't have the mechanics I'm going to show you here, and I'm not going to waste your time with your stance and all that, because that's an individual thing. It doesn't really matter how you stand. What matters is what I'm going to show you right here. 4 or 5 things that have to be present for you to be successful. And what I want to say right now is that if you're any kind of a serious player at all, what you ought to do is either rent a camcorder, buy one, use your buddies, whatever, but film yourself hitting and watch it. Watch it in slow motion, freeze frame, watch it, because that's going to tell you if you're doing it right. You're not going to be able to tell if you're doing it right without that sort of thing. So just do it, and spend the 25 bucks, whatever it costs, to rent one, and it'll be well worth your money. Now the first thing that I want to talk about, and we talked about it before, is your relaxed hands. This is very, very important. If you got any tension in your hands, it's going to cost you bat speed. It's going to cost your ability to go through the ball. Okay, so let's say you got your nice relaxed hands. Now you might notice this grip I'm using here. I've been using this for about 6 months and I really like it. I used to hold a bat like this. I'm not going to tell you which way to hold a bat. You know, 99% of the people hold a bat like this. I like it like this because what happens is I get down in this situation, I get the bat back, and I'm pulling with the left side of my body like this, and I'm pushing with the right side. I'm literally pushing my left hand with my right like that. And it works really good, but I'm not saying it's for everybody in any way, but more and more people for slow pitch softball are using it because you definitely can get more power. I can get more power and I can get more extension. The problem is it's a little harder to control a bat, so you might want to experiment with it. But I do recommend that you try to get this finger over the end of the bat because that's what's going to give you more leverage, and you want leverage because leverage is bat speed. So mess around with it. You know, if you're holding the grip like this, however, and you start trying to go like this, the bat's going to come flying out of your hands. The only way that's going to work is this way, and that's why I do it, because it forces you to have good mechanics. Now the next thing is you got to have a complete range of motion when you're hitting. This is like crucial. You know, a baseball player can just go like this, boom, because the ball's coming in at 95 miles an hour. He doesn't need a long swing. Softball, you got to have that bat back as far as you can get it. When you're front, no matter what the stance is, as I said, I hold my hands up here, other guys hold their hands here, but I'll assure you, you look at people in slow motion, when their front foot comes down, their hands will be back. My hands are back because I want to get as much momentum going before I hit the ball as I can. It stands to reason if I've got my hands here, I'm not going to have the kind of speed and power that I am with my hands way back here because I got 6, 8, 10 inches, 12, I don't know how much more to work with. So get that bat back. When that front foot comes down, you better have your hands back. And when that front foot comes down, that's your signal to go. So, you know, whatever your stance is, you're like this. Here's how you should look. The second your front foot comes down, except of course your head's this way, and when that front foot comes down, you got to go. Okay, now remember what we're trying to do is get full range of motion to give you as long a swing as we can give you. Trying to create as much bat speed as you can before you hit the ball, and as we said, maintain it after you hit the ball or while you're hitting the ball. Don't give up the swing when you start to hit the ball. That's when you power it. You've got to power the ball. You've got to power the bat through the ball. Okay, the next thing is I want to, and if you get a camera of your own, make really, really sure that you're doing this because you will never be a good hitter if you're not. Here's what the bat's got to look like. When your front foot comes down, you start your swing. Here's how the bat has to be. Your hands are way out. The bat head is lagging totally behind your hands. If you start this, look what happens. My shoulder starts opening up. In other words, I'm trying to bring the bat head out too soon, and you will have absolutely no power. This will be what you are, which is nothing, believe me. It's this. That's how, if you look at my swings in slow motion, that's how they'll be. You look at Larry Carter's, anybody on his team, Mike Rodriguez, Ernie Rodriguez, any good player, their hands will be like this. The last thing that comes through, their hips are all open, their hands are extended. The last thing that comes through is the end of the bat. That's how it works. Make sure you're doing that because you will never have bat speed through the ball. You just get into ping pong if you're not going to do that because you're not going to be successful. We're going to do something kind of strange here. We're going to name your body parts. You probably have named some of your own anyway, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to call this shoulder Ike, and we're going to call this shoulder Mikey. For the rest of your life, this is Ike, this is Mikey. And this makes hitting a lot easier if you remember what I'm going to show you right here, which is when your front foot comes down and you got this bat back to get the full range of motion, your chin is on Ike. If you have your chin on Ike, when you bring that front foot down, you have to be closed, which is crucial to being a good hitter. Your front side has to be closed. You swing, come through, you have your chin on Mikey. You start on Ike, you end on Mikey. This is a well-established deal with the Major League ball players. I didn't invent Ike, Mikey, I just know about it, and it's helped me a lot. Ike, Mikey works great. And that also brings up another point, and this is really, really important too, to getting through that ball. This is the real secret of ultimate bat speed. You've got your front side, which is Ike, your back side, which is Mikey. You're pulling with Ike, you're pulling like a racquetball player. Here's a racquetball player swing. You know, he's swinging, not using his back side, he's using his front side. Look at my shoulder, look at my chin. I'm on it, opening up at the last minute. I'm pushing, pulling with my front side. I'm pulling with my front side with this bat and keeping my arm extended. Look at the extension on my arm. I'm pulling, and with my back side, Mikey, I'm pushing while I'm pulling with my front side. And that push and pull in conjunction with each other is what's going to get you through that ball and maintain your bat speed, and that's what's going to give you the power. So you got to do that. Get a camera and watch yourself and make sure you're doing it, because you will not be successful if you're not doing these things. You'll be 90 miles an hour before you hit the ball, and you'll be 40 when you get done, which isn't going to cut it. You want to be 90, 100, whatever you can muster up when you start, and you want to be in the 50s, high 50s when you get done. And you're not going to do it if you don't do these. You don't have these elements that I just showed you, because they're present in every good player. And there's one more demonstration I want to show you, and that's where to hit the ball in your acceleration curve. And to do that, I'm going to need a tree. Well, I found a tree. What I'm going to tell you about is where you should swing the bat and where you should hit the ball in your swing, the proper point in your acceleration curve. I'm going to use a demonstration, like, let me pretend this is an axe. If this was an axe, where would I start swinging at this tree? Would I start here? No, I wouldn't have any power if I started swinging here. Wouldn't be getting that axe head out there enough. I wouldn't be swinging at it way out here because I'm already lost everything. I want to swing at it right here. Right here. Hit that tree right there. That's where you want to hit the ball. You don't need an accelerometer to figure this out. Right there. Head down on the ball, right there. Not right here. That's too soon in your swing. You don't have enough speed. The bat is deaccelerating once you get out here. It's right here. It's right before that point where the bat meets in its maximum. Then your power range is right there. You go right through the ball, right there. If you start hitting the ball here, the bat's deaccelerating, turning your wrist over. It's too late. Another important point is you hear guys saying, turn your wrists over when you swing it at a ball. Imagine again that this is an axe. How could I possibly hit this tree with my hands turned over? You don't swing an axe like this, and swinging an axe is exactly like swinging a bat. Look at my hands. Are they turned over? No. If my hands were turned over, the axe head would be down in the dirt. Wouldn't have any power. There's your power point. Right there. Right there. Like I told you, you go to Ike, Mikey, pull through the ball, you'll be successful. Come on, go to work. Yeah, don't you cheat. Don't you cheat. Don't you cheat.
Come on, get it. Get it. Get it. Come on.
Keep going. Keep going. This is intensity. This is what it takes. You want to be good. That's a great exercise. Look at that cute face. Oh, look at that face, huh? Hey, what am I doing in the gym? I thought this was a softball video. Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing in the gym. I've got the will to prepare. I don't want to hear about these guys that got the will to win. Find me somebody that doesn't have the will to win. Everybody has the will to win. If you have the will to sit in here and take the pain required to be prepared to win, that's what this video is all about. Making you better trained and better prepared to win on the field. And what we're going to show you today is going to enable you to take this bat and swing it harder so you can go right through this ball and not lose any bat speed. And the way we're going to do that is to give you a method of increasing your explosive power. I want you to know I didn't invent this method. I'm a proponent of this method. I use it on myself. I know it works. It's called compensatory acceleration training. All strength power athletes use it, like guys in the NFL, sprinters, anything that requires explosive power. And believe me, swinging a bat requires explosive power. I want to make sure you understand the difference between explosive power and strength, which are two totally separate things. Here's strength. Some guy with some 400-pound bench press or something going like this. You know, he's going about he's half a mile an hour. What does this have to do with bat speed? Absolutely nothing. It's useless. I mean, the guy's going to be strong. But what we need for explosive sports is this: explosiveness, explosiveness, explosiveness. We want to move the object fast. So what power is the ability to move amount of weight in a given time, fast. We want it fast. We want it fast, because that's what's going to make your hands move fast. That's what's going to make the bat move fast, and that's what's going to go through the ball fast. Whereas this guy, he's not going to have power. He's going to have strength. And the system we give you today is compensatory acceleration training, and it's a system devised in Russia a long time ago, and it gave the Russians a big lead in the world in the Olympics. And basically what it is you're going to lift heavy one day, rest a few days, and then lift 70% of your heavy day, but in an explosive fashion, like this. Wah, wah, using the bench as an example. Exploding all the way through the range of motion to develop hand speed. What you're training is your muscles, your nerves in particular. You're training your nerves to fire to your responses. You're training your tendons, your ligaments. You're going to prevent injuries, and you're going to increase your ability to hit the ball, which is why we're here. At this time, I'd like to introduce you to Dan Domi, who owns the Northwest Fitness Complex. Hi, Dan.
How you doing, Ray?
He's a master personal trainer and is well qualified to speak on the subject we're talking about today. What I think, my position on the type of training we're doing today is that on that final game on Sunday, when you're going for the championship, this can really make the difference, because you spent the time in the gym. All these other guys are dragging. They played 8 games. I'm still ready to roll. What do you think about that? What can you tell the folks out there about that?
Well, I think that, first of all, as far as weight training, I mean, you're looking at a preseason training program, and then you go from there and you look at the weekend athlete. You know, you got the weekend warrior who's basically, they're hoping for the best. They don't do any training. They don't do anything, any flexibility, anything. And then they're going out to the game and getting hurt. You know, one of the things that we're looking for here is to be able to do some preseason training and be able to work through it.
And what about training right on through the season? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that if you let your body slide during the season, I mean, once again, you're hoping for the best. I mean, I think that you can do light reps, go ahead and do, you know, light weights, heavy reps, and be able to get through it.
Yep, I totally agree. And here's what it comes down to. We're going to give you the system that's going to allow you to be as good as you can be. You know, you just go right over to the mirror and look at the mirror, and that's going to be the guy that tells you how good you're going to be, yourself. I'm going to give you the system. It's not my system. It's a proven system. It works. NFL players use it. Top-level sprinters use it. Pole vaulters, all kinds of athletes use this system. It's nothing new. It's just a great way to train and allows you to be as good as you can be. That's hopefully why you're watching this video today. Just doing a little loosening up exercises here. Fantastic exercise for your stomach. Get your whole body loose from the center of your body. Just knock out another 20 of these. Your stomach will be in shape. Guarantee it. You do these fast. Jerry's going to demonstrate for you what I consider to be the best upper body exercise you can do for hitting a softball or a baseball. It works your triceps, it works your traps, it works your shoulders, and it's very explosive. When you get down in that position, especially with a weighted dip, you got to explode with tremendous authority to get that weight up, because you got your whole body weight, plus in his case having 90 pounds around his waist. So this is a great exercise. If you can just do one exercise for your upper body to make you a better hitter, this is it. Here's Larry Carter doing squats, king of exercises right here. Do this exercise along with weighted dips. If you want to do a quick program, works fantastic for a guy that doesn't have a lot of time to devote to working out in a gym. builds your entire body. High reps. Notice he's doing high reps. You want to swing a bat fast? The way you swing a bat fast is you learn to explode. You train yourself to explode so you can just whip the bat. And that's what this is going to do. This is very important. It's just as important as your heavy day because it's going to increase your hand speed. Here's how it's done. Now this, although these weights are a lot lighter, this is a grueling method of training because you're firing off hard on every rep. So here I go. I'm going to try to do 10. Start off a little easy. I'm going to show you some intensity training right now, and I'm going to show you what I'm thinking when I'm lifting heavy weights. I normally don't act like this, like the way I'm going to act right now, but I'm thinking it. I'll tell you that. You start lifting heavy weights like this, you want to be a ball player, you want to hit the ball farther, you want to have bat speed, you got to get fired up when you're lifting these weights. It's not easy. I'm getting like in a psychotic state right now because this weight is going down. I have no respect for these weights. None. You got to have an attitude when you lift these weights. You got to have an attitude. This is a toy.
Play with the toy.
It's a toy.
Play with the toy.
Uh-oh, I can't lift the toy.
Panties. Come on, get it. Get it. Get it. Come on.
Come on, Jerry. Come on.
Go one.
Explode. Come on. Boom. Boom. You want to be a ball player, Jerry? Explode. Explode. Keep going. Okay, now if you don't want to do dumbbell bench presses, you can do barbell bench presses, which Larry's going to demonstrate. Again, we're going with intensity here. He didn't come here to look at the girls, to look pretty. He's going to work. Let's go, Larry. I want 6. 3. 6. Come on, give me 2 more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me 2 more. Your competition's working. Give me 2 more. Come on. Come on, you want to be a ball player? Go to work. Come on. Again, you got another one. You got another one. Come on. Don't quit on me. Don't quit on me. Do another one. Explode. Come on. Boom. Another one. Do another one. Do another one. Come on. Get to work. There you go. I'll take that grin off your face. Woo!
God,
A black man turned red.
it feels good, Joe.
90% of your power and hitting comes from your triceps, so work them real hard. Jerry did weighted dips followed by these bench dips, which really work the tricep and give you power and bat speed, which is why we're here. Go to work, Jerry. Okay, while you're resting between sets, say your bench press, whatever it is, it's a pinch plate exercise. It's great for your forearms and your wrists and your hands. It's all you need to do. You don't have to do a bunch of forearm stuff. Just do this and, work yourself up to a 25-pound plate. Switch hands. Just walk around, twirl it, let it work. This really builds up your forearms and wrists and hands. Like I say, it's a great exercise. Try to get up to as much weight as you can do. Just hold it in your hand. It's a great exercise. You can do it while you're resting from other things. It's like you're getting it free. There it is. That's it. Forget the mild. This is the wild. Oh. Okay, we're going to do an exercise right now for you guys that want to do the wild routine and get the most out of your ability. It's a pull-up in front of the neck with a relatively narrow grip, not a real wide grip, just about shoulder grip. It's great for your back, great for your lats, great for explosive power. Comes into play when you're swinging a bat. So here goes.
There you go. 507, 2 outs. One man on. Get through it.
And it's a homer. Oh! It was almost a homer. I was almost part of the carpet. The key in this sport is to practice. If you want to be good, you got to practice at it. I always say, if you want to be an elk hunter, hunt elk. You want to be a ball player, play ball. Just hit those line drives, Ray boy. Keep working. Watch his hands getting way out there, right in my power curve. Not on that one. Wait a minute, that still goes out. That's those dips. Another important aspect of hitting is, when you're practicing, let your pitcher throw you game pitches. Don't let the guy just groove the ball right over the plate, because you ain't going to get it grooved to you over the plate in the game, so let the guy work you. Oh, I hate this.
Oh, look at that.
I hate this. I can't hit this when you start doing that. I think it's important to know, what is a pitcher trying to do to you when you're up there hitting? This guy's one of the best pitchers in the country. There's no question about that. Brian, what are you doing when I'm up there? You're in a game and you see a little dwarf come up to the plate, or you see Larry Carter or somebody. What are you doing? You're saying, here, sir, let me just serve it up to you, big fella? What are you doing?
No, not at all.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm trying to get the guy off balance, first of all. You know, you can do a lot of motion. I look for, as soon as I get a guy rocking forward,
Here it comes, huh?
Here it comes. Vary your speed, your delivery, your approach. There's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah, like this windmill deal that he's got on me. I hate it, man. You notice I had to walk right out here as soon as he started it, because I can't hit it. I would say that the key is, as a hitter, is don't get your hands moving. Like he said, and I already know it, a pitcher is trying to get your hands. As soon as he's got your hands going this way, look for the ball, because it's coming, because you're going to have to go like this, and he might be able to sneak it by.
Best thing you can do is work with a pitcher that's going to work you in batting practice. Sure, get your cuts, get your timing, but when that's all said and done, then take some.
Yeah, and I can tell you for sure in my case, that before I did that, I used to have the guy just groove it to me. It's great, but then you go, God, can I do this in a game? I hope I can do this in a game. I don't feel that way anymore, because I got the best pitcher in the country throwing me junk all day. If I can hit him in practice, I can hit him anytime. And then you go into a game really confident. It's very, very important.
Practice like you want to play.
That's it. Thanks, Brian.
Hey,
You're the
you,
greatest. Make sure you get arm extension. Practice makes perfect. Now, there's another point I want to make clear. You just, like, I'm up here just trying to pull the ball, have some fun, but you got to do other things. What am I going to do if the wind's blowing in 80 miles an hour? If all I can do is hit home runs, I don't care how good I am, I'm not going to hit a home run. And I'll tell you, the wind's blowing in as much as it's blowing out. Take 10 balls between second and first. Take 10 balls between third and short. Take a couple balls up the middle at the pitcher. So when you get in a game, you can do anything you want to do. You're not one-dimensional. I don't care how good you are at this game. If you're one-dimensional, you're not going to make it. You're not going to play as a high a level as you could if you can do a variety of things. And that's simply the facts, because the wind will be blowing in. Some balls will be dead. Some balls will be wet. Be able to do a lot of things. Okay, I want to introduce you to Mike Rodriguez. This guy, as far as I'm concerned, has the sweetest swing in the game. In particular, the Ikey Mikey deal I was talking about. Front shoulder to back shoulder is like awesome. Watch the bat come through the strike zone, through the ball, swivel all the way around and end up over here. It's like, I don't know how he does it, but if you want to know how to hit a softball, watch this guy swing in slow motion and watch it again and watch it again and watch it again. He's got a beautiful swing. The thing I want you to watch on Mike Rodriguez is the guy's got the best follow-through I've ever seen on anybody. Watch that bat. Watch where his bat head ends up. Nice shot. That's out of here. Watch where that bat ends up. Look at that. You think he's going through the ball? This guy's going right through it. That's the one I want right there. That's a beautiful swing. Give me that swing, Mike. Look at the hip rotation on this guy. He's got the best hip rotation I've seen, too. Look at that. You can't do it better than that. You want to learn how to hit, you want to learn how to go through the ball, slow-mo this guy. You heard me talking a little earlier about the Ike Mikey, front shoulder, back shoulder. Watch this video in slow motion of this man hitting, and he's got the Ike Mikey. That's why he kills the ball. That's why he's got that follow-through, because he's starting on this this shoulder. He's ending on this one. You watch his chin and you watch these two shoulders. Ike hits it at the start, Mikey hits it at the end. The results, serious distance. There you go, Mike! Way to turn on the ball. See ya! Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with Larry, lovable Larry Carter. This guy right here is as good as it gets. If you want to see a big-time, great softball player, this is it. Woo! Oh, Larry! Go up and through the ball, Larry! Up and through it! This is what a big-time softball player looks like. He's got a World Series ring from last year, best team in the nation, now playing with our team. He's the brother of Joe Carter. And he can hit a softball, no offense, Joe, farther than Joe can hit a baseball. Ooh. Oh, you're gonna hurt that tree. Go up and through it, boom! This is the real deal, as they say. If you got slow-mo, fast mo, any mo you got, watch it. Oh, that might be up on the freeway. This is it. Watch his hands go. Just keep your eyes on the hands. Ah! You throw the ball, he gets his arms out, it leaves. Don't want you to be intimidated by his size, 6'3", 270 plus. The key to this man isn't his size as much as he's got real good technique, he's got real fast hands. Last year his team won the World Series. He's playing with our team now. There you go. Okay. Whoa, big fella, whoa. Whoa. Here we are with my man, the lovable one himself, Larry Carter. I like to talk to him. I like to abuse him when he's tired like this because he can't catch me. He's too tired to catch me. One thing I want to say about Larry Carter, more than any player I have ever known, seen, he has a passion for the game. He loves to play softball. You see him on the field, you will see a big toothy smile, and I mean toothy.
If you can't have fun out here, why be out here?
You know,
you gotta love it.
You love it?
You gotta love it.
Do you love it?
I've been out here 6 hours a day.
I know that.
Having fun. I'm loving it. I'm ready for you guys to get out of the way so I can hit some more.
Well, we're not. We're not, big fella.
We'll fight.
Now, you know, when you're hitting, what are you, like in this batting practice session right now, whenever you're taking BP, what are you concentrating on doing?
I'm concentrating on hitting the ball solid, hard. I'm not trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You never try to hit it out of the ballpark. You got to develop a certain swing to allows you to take that certain swing every time you're up in a certain pitch that you have to get.
What's got to be there for you to be successful? Tell me. These fans want to know what's got to be there.
Timing has to be there. Your explosiveness has to be there, and also your pitch selection has to be there.
What about the rumor that you can hit a softball farther than Joe can hit a baseball?
I don't think it's a rumor. Look at the face. Roll them.
You think Joe would say that?
I don't think Joe would say it, but Joe doesn't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, we got a broken tree. He just broke down a tree. This is a result of Larry's latest batting practice session here. All we got to do is fiberglass it, and you can hit with this. This is it. If you want to see a big-time player, you go watch Larry Carter play. You won't find anybody that can hit it farther than the lovable one. I'd like to spend the last few minutes doing a recap of what we learned here today, but before I do, I'd like to tell you, 7 years ago I did a hitting video for ESPN, and the director said, well, maybe someday you can become a power hitter and we'll do another one. That video was about me hitting base hits and how you do that, and I was a real good base hitter. And they kind of like smirked at me. So for the last 7 years, I've been working real hard to try to figure out how to hit with power. The results of all that are what you see here today, and I don't want you to be intimidated in any way by these big fellows we got on this film today, because it's not about being big, it's not about being strong. You can make yourself a lot better than you are, I can tell you, because if I can do it at 5'6", 47 years old, and I can hit the ball 350 feet, and you saw that today, then you can too, and I can guarantee it you can. I've given you all the tools, all the information you need today to enable you to be much better than you are. I don't really care how good you are. You can be better if you use the information we gave you. The question is, do you want to use the information? Do you want to spend the time? If you do, it's there. And I highly recommend that you do all the things that we taught you in this video. Now back to the recap. Just wanted to make that statement in there. Back to the recap. First thing I showed you is that 6.5 ounce ball, and you notice I keep bringing this up in every segment. That 6.5 ounce ball can take your 100-mile-an-hour bat speed and cut it in half. So the whole secret of this game is to drive through it. You have to drive through the ball. I showed you the proper mechanics. You know, the last thing to come through the strike zone is the bat head. I showed you where you hit it on the acceleration curve. I showed you got to have relaxed hands. We showed you some practice sessions, and again, I want to tell you, you got to practice hard. You got to practice like it's a game. Don't go out there fooling around. You go out there with a priority list when you're practicing. I'm going to keep my arms extended. I'm going to keep my hands relaxed. Whatever you're having trouble with, work on it. That's how you get better. You don't get better by accident. And I'll tell you, all these good players that you saw today, and every good player I've ever known, they're smart. They spend the time to analyze what their weaknesses are and work on them. They're not just out here mindlessly. And that's what you have to do. You have to focus yourself onto what areas in your swing need improvement and come out here and practice them. Remember this Ike Mikey deal, very important. You start with your chin on Ike when you get in your launching position. When your front foot comes down, come through, end up on Mikey. This will give you the pull, this will give you the push. You end up on Mikey. It's fail-proof, it works. It'll keep you closed. Relax hands, we talked about that. Going through the ball, you have to accelerate through the ball, and that's why I keep going back to this Ike Mikey, because that's what's going to pull you through the ball. Look at that film of Mike Rodriguez. Watch this man go through the ball. He goes through it like it doesn't exist, like it's a ping pong ball. That's what I want to get in your head. If you do that, you will be a lot better than you ever thought you would be. Another thing we showed you is what you do in the gym. You don't have to be a maniac in the gym. You don't have to go there every other day. Go there just 2 times a week and pick out 4 of the exercises we showed you. Get a personal trainer or get some professional instruction of some kind as to how you do these exercises. Don't depend on what we did in that video as far as technique, etc. Get your guy to watch you. Get somebody to watch you that you know knows what they're doing. And you will be shocked what that'll do for you in a weight room. I mean, like I said, I'm a little guy. I was 180 pounds when I filmed that last video 7 years ago. I'm 195. It's all been muscle. It's added 40, 50, 60 feet to my ball. And remember, I told you about this camcorder. Get a camcorder. They're readily available. You can borrow one. Get a camcorder if you're a serious player. Watch yourself hit. Watch it in freeze frame, slow-mo, every mo you got. Watch it. And compare yourself to the points that I made to you on mechanics. Look at yourself at regular speed. Are you going through the ball? Are you stopping the bat as soon as you hit the ball? You cannot do that. You gotta explode. That camcorder will tell you what's going on, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use it. Hey, look, I'm just an average-sized guy. I've paid my dues practicing hard, training hard, really trying as hard as I can to be good. If I can do this, so can you.
Well, I guess we got to sum this thing all up today. We've been out here enjoying ourselves, hitting some softballs. I guess you got to hit softballs. You want to do it, you got to work at it. You want to be the best at it, you got to dedicate yourself. You got to get in the gym, you got to work out. You want to get out and take tons of batting practice. You want to run, get yourself in shape because you don't want to get injured. And if you want to be the best, you got to dedicate yourself to the game. If you want the game to be good to you, you got to be good to the game. And remember just to get out there and have fun and try to stay injury-free. Peace.
That's a wrap.